What do you think about waste on campus?
Like trash.
Yes.
I think that it's there sometimes.
Do you think that waste is a problem for the environment?
Probably in some places. I don't notice a whole lot of like trash littering our campus or anything though.
I think they waste a lot. Like whenever I go to the cafe and I like put my plates in, I notice like people have like left full meals on their plate, which really, really bugs me.
Do you know what compost is?
Yeah, it's like things that will like dispose into the ground, like plant waste, like parts of like vegetables or something that you can like put as like fertilizer, right?
Do you think that Pepperdine composts?
I feel like maybe a little through the environment club, but not to my knowledge that much, because like I feel like there's not that much Sodexo fresh food to compost.
In 2014, there were 38 million tons of food waste that were put into landfills, and only 5% of all food waste generated was composted. Some people estimate, the EPA and other regulatory agencies say that Americans on average waste 20% of the food that they buy. It's an issue, one that can be solved. Pepperdine's way of dealing with food waste in the past has been to dump all the food waste coming from the cafeteria kitchens into one big dumpster along with all the other sorts of trash, cardboard, plastic, metals, into one landfill dumpster that is then hauled off by Waste Management. We pay them to do so. My goal is to have the food waste stay on campus and not have to leave, and then we can put it in a composting machine system. Compost is beautiful for a couple of reasons. Compost is the natural way that food decomposes when it's given the right environment. One of the biggest issues with landfills is when you toss a bunch of food waste in with all the other trash, it gets buried and there's no air for the food waste to break down properly. And this actually, the output of that anaerobic decomposition is methane, which is actually one of the worst gases to go into the ozone layer because it retains heat. Actually, I believe 20 times greater than carbon dioxide does. The other thing is that compost allows the nutrients from food to return to soil. There's new technology that allows you to take food scraps and waste and in 6 to 8 weeks have a mature soil. That's an amazing accelerated process, and I am actually working on a project that I will be presenting on April 19th to bring an in-vessel composter, one of these such technologies, to Pepperdine's campus so we can stop paying a company to haul our food waste away and instead keep the loop on campus, be sustainable, and make the food waste work for us.
All biological creatures create waste. I think the question for human beings, though, is more of a moral question, which is, what do we do with all the waste that we create, and where does it go, and how much do we create? And so the question for students and faculty and staff here at Pepperdine is, how much do we create, and then where does it go? And it doesn't stay in Malibu. And I think that asks a set of larger moral questions about why do we get to send our trash elsewhere, and who does that impact when it goes to other communities that are not our own.
Do you think that it's important to recycle?
I'm learning how to recycle this year. I was learning how to recycle.
Jordan Powell does not know how to recycle. She asked me one time, does a banana peel belong in the recycling bin? No, it is not.
So that's the extent of my knowledge on recycling.
I just don't think that Pepperdine's like a very they don't make recycling like a really big thing, at least.
I think that we definitely use way too many plastic bottles as an undergrad population. I think we need to work to encourage people to use more reusable bottles because the amount of plastic waste that we go through every day is kind of ridiculous.
Don't we? I thought that we separated like the regular recyclable bins, the regular bins into recyclable things, because I know on the side it says like there's like a sticker thing that says recyclable or Pepperdine recycles or something like that. So I just always like assumed that both of them, you guys like, I don't know, that someone sorted through them, which doesn't make any sense.
Having a communal bin that's just for recycling and trash, like we used to have in the past, wasn't really teaching students or teaching us about like real world experience about how to recycle.
I'm pretty sure it's a bigger issue now than before, I feel like, because we used to have those like people that the service that would sort the trash and the recyclables, and now I feel like since we don't have that, I see like a lot of trash in the recycling and like vice versa, so I feel like we probably have a lot of waste.
So single-use wrappings are not recyclable, and also paper towels are also not recyclable because they have been used. So wet paper towels ideally would be composted, not recycled. So dry paper can go in the recycling bin, but not like wet or used paper towels or napkins. Okay, let's get this. Okay. So otherwise, everything looks good in here. Besides, ideally, we would be composting these paper containers with food waste in them and not just throw them in the garbage, because this is good organic material that can be used for, compost or soil. Cans two. Let's go find a recycling bin to put this in. All of our recycling is currently in interior locations at Pepperdine. So someone who's like walking across main campus would have to wait until they go indoors in order to recycle something. The thing is that and another bottle too. Okay, this is all basically recyclable.
Wait, it says Pepperdine Recycles right there.
Yes, this is true. Pepperdine recycles. Pepperdine recycles indoors, perhaps, would be a better sticker. I know that these stickers were relevant when Pepperdine had a different waste vendor that was taking all the trash and recycling and then sorting it on site, but these stickers are actually no longer accurate for the system that we have set up right now. The truth about disposable coffee cups. This is not all entirely recyclable. The top is because it's plastic. You can see there's a little triangle of the 6 in there. The sleeve is as well because it's paper, it's clean paper, we can reuse that. But however, the inside of this cup itself is not recyclable because the inside is made of plastic. You can kind of see how it's like that sheen is plastic. Because this is paper and plastic, we cannot recycle it, so it goes in the garbage.
And always use reusable mugs. They're great. And you get a discount. At most cafes, they'll give you like 10 cents off, and 10 cents adds up. There you go.
Pepperdine. When you have a paper, plastic, metal container or item that can be recycled, it is important that you look for these blue bins and recycle it. Your choice has implications. When we send waste to the landfill that can be recycled or that can be composted, methane is produced, and that contributes to global climate change. Also, when we send materials that can be reused, we are just depleting the world's already limited resources. So look for the blue bins and recycle.